Greetings one and all, this is vk3sl. Sorry folks, we've had a little bit of a delay today. I was hoping to get started ASAP, but had a few little technical issues. I think they're resolved now. Just a few things became unplugged, something became dislodged, and it took other things out with it. It's the problem with a very tightly knit space. So yeah, hoping to get going soon. So I'm going to give you some Peter Warlock to listen to. Oh, wait a minute, I haven't got myself switched on. Bear with me. We have... Okay, that's better. Now we have our UHF and VHF input ready to go. And so if you're listening there, Frank, you probably heard me. Yes, a little bit of a delay. I've had just a bit of a muck up here, and the space is unbelievably tight. So when something goes astray, it all becomes as many downstream effects. It's a grand game of Tetris. So what we'll do, we'll have some Peter Warlock. This is a very beautiful work, sort of a song cycle. It's called The Curlew. It's considered to be one of his best works. Magnificent writing for strings and along with the soloist. So the Curlew, and written between 1920 and 1922. It's following on from our Peter Warlock expose. We had a big program on him last night. It was really interesting. I really loved the music we played last night. A lot of it was new to me. All right, here we go, the Curlew. And for the next 15 or so, while I just sharpen a few more gramophone needles.
beautiful friend, and dreamed that the old despair would end in love in the end. She looked in my heart one day and saw your image was there. She has gone weeping away. I cried when the moon was murmuring to the birds, let peewit call and curlew cry where they will. I long for your many and tender and pitiful words. For the roads are unending, and there is no place to my mind. The honey pale moon lay low on the sleepy hill, and I fell asleep upon lonely Echtge of streams. No boughs have withered because of the wintry wind. The boughs have withered because I have told them my dreams. I know of the leafy paths the witches take, who'll come with their crowns of pearl and their spindles of wool and their secret smile out out of the depths of the lake. I know where the dim moon drifts, where the Dane unkind wind and unwind their dances, when the light grows cool on the island lawns, their feet where the pale foam gleams. Have withered because of the wintry winds. The boughs have withered because I have told them my dreams. I know of the sleepy country where swans fly round, coupled with golden chains, and sing as they fly. A king and a queen are wandering there, and the sound has made them so happy and hopeless, so deaf and so blind. With wisdom they wander till all the years have gone by. desolate lake, where wind cries in the sedge until the axle break that keeps the stars in their round, and hands hurl in the deep the banners of east and west, and the girdle of light is unbound. Your breast will not lie by the breast of your beloved in sleep.
It's the magnificence of Peter Warlock, Philip Heseltine, and a song cycle called the Curlew, poems by W.B. Yeats, and that was work written between 1920 and 1922. It's not really afternoon missions material, but it was on the list. I'd been listening to it, and I needed something urgent, a quick fix, because we've had a number of technical problems. In fact, significant technical problems which are going to be taking me some time to resolve. Where not to do with the emitters or anything, but to do with one of the delegation mixers I use here, and which is burnt out, unfortunately. Yeah, came into the room to a brown smell. The smell of burning circuit boards.
Smell of death.
Yeah.
Electrical death. You got to get a new one, or can you fix it?
Look, it's happened before. I use two of them in here. I use for different purposes, and I'm used to the ergonomics of it because it's got buttons at the front which sits under the desk, and I can sort of use it as it's like a sub mixer, and it's what I put the turntables through when I'm using noise reduction, and a couple of the turntables only go through the system. And the CD players go through it. Yes, and auxiliary feeds, all that sort of thing. I have had the problem before. I know what it is. It's Achilles heel of these Soundcraft mixers. It's the voltage regulator, and it burns out. And the problem is it takes out a significant part of the circuit board with it.
That's a worry.
And that's the brown smell. Yeah. And it happened to the other one some time ago, and I was able to repair it, but you have to sort of put in another bit of circuit board or work around the burnt bit. And looking online, a number of people have had this problem. So
sounds like it's not for the faint-hearted.
Oh, it's just a hassle. Yeah, it's not that hard, but it's just it's not an easy fix. It's not something I can do in an hour. It's like half a day.
Yeah, sure.
So
I have a little bit of time from now, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is the thing. I'll have holiday time to look into it, and if I can't fix it, I'll see if I can find one the same, because I really need the ergonomic, the styling of it, because it fits in so well. But yeah, it's the way of things. But how have you been, Frank?
I've been well, thank you. It's a quiet day today.
Yeah, it's nice.
Just resting on the old
yeah.
laurels, as much as they are.
Yeah.
But, no, it was good. It was a good day. A lot of catching up with people on the phone.
Yeah, that's great. That's really nice to hear. Yeah, we ended up going into town today to hear Henry was playing a chamber opera.
Oh.
Yeah, it was at the Union Building at the Melbourne Uni.
No, the building very well. I spent many a happy hour.
Yeah, well, it's actually been relocated. The Union Building's in a new spot now.
Was it?
Yeah, and I was quite surprised by that fact. I was so expecting it to see where I knew it was.
Yeah.
And it's now much closer to Swanston Street.
Up the other end.
Yeah, not Swanston Street, closer to Elgin Street.
You're right up the other end.
Yeah, it is. It's in a different spot, so it sort of has the whole uni has a different feel to it.
Yeah, I know. I went to the law school there. The law school's nowhere near where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the law school is 10 stories high.
Right. Okay.
10 stories.
That's amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of high rise there now. It's a different place. Yeah,
it's absolutely a great edifice.
Yeah, I know. It's very dense. It's nothing like the Unio I remember.
Totally, it's not.
Everything's sort of changed.
Tell us about today. So.
Yeah, look, it was a children's opera, a chamber opera, a production of Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
And
the Humperdinck.
Yeah, and it's a fabulous piece. I love it. And
I know it very much.
Yeah, it's the classic Grimm's fairy tale, and
I know the story.
set to music, and it's 19th century. I think it was written about 1890. And it was written as a full-blown production, but also he did a reduced form of it, and it's sort of been simplified quite a bit for younger children. And it has a small chamber orchestra with just Henry on the French horn, a keyboardist, a cellist, a violinist, and clarinet player.
Gee, you'd be exposed.
Very, very exposed. And so it's a big play as well, so it's unrelenting. So it was hard work. Hen's done it all week, and it was the final one today, so we went in and had a listen. And it was really good. It was great to hear.
That's lovely.
And they cycled the singers through the course, through the production, so they have a different set of singers each night.
Excellent.
So different casts, but the cast today was great. They sang really well. But the good news is that Beatrice has been accepted into the con. So,
congratulations.
Yeah, so exciting for her. So she's going to be studying classical singing now.
That's superb.
Yeah, so it's exciting for her, really exciting. So she'll be inhabiting that space, and she'll probably be in the running for a future production of this kind, I'd say. So that'd be something that she might partake in. So it's a pity she wasn't around today. I think she would have really enjoyed it. But yeah, so that's been the day, and came home quite tired. It's that sort of muggy weather, isn't it?
Very much so, yes. I've been out in the front porch.
Yeah.
Lounging.
Yeah, good. Excellent.
I've had a very hectic week.
Yeah.
With silly season stuff.
Right.
But,
yes.
There's more to come.
Yeah, it happens in big doses, doesn't it? It's
too much all at once.
Yeah, and I've got to ring you about another silly season event next weekend if you're interested.
Yes, that could be. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I think I understand the situation. I can. I'm pretty sure I can make arrangements, but there's a rival event going on.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
But I don't know whether it's going to clash or not yet.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I'll give you the details. I'll give you a call about that. I'm not going to be around.
Good.
I'm away next weekend. Kate and I are staying in a little log cabin in the Hauka Valley, and we're going to do lots of bushwalking and kayaking and just sort of hang out and be somewhere else where there's not so much noise.
That's
great. So something really needed, to be honest, because it's been a very socially and musically very intense month or so.
Yeah,
so it's good to sort of find another zone, parallel universe for a bit.
You on tomorrow?
Yes, I will be. And of course you're not.
Wait, of course.
Yes, you're going to the Messiah tomorrow. It'll be amazing. Yeah, I'll try and find an opportunity to catch up. I'll be around on Christmas and Boxing Day. I may do. I'll see if I'm hanging out here. I might just put some Christmas carols on or something on Christmas Day.
That would be lovely. Christmas Day, I probably see how things go.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going for lunch to my son.
Oh yes.
In Blackburn.
Mm-hmm.
No, it depends what time I get back.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I might just put on Benjamin Britten's carols.
Listen to carol. What is it?
You know what it is.
I do know what it is. It's very good. It's lovely.
Ceremony of Carols or something. Yeah. It's marvellous work. So we might play that and some traditional carols as well, just for fun. That would be it though for a while, because I'll be away that following week, and then possibly walking in the high plains and then doing Inverloch. I might be around for a few days in the middle of January, so I'll let you know about any of those sort of plans.
I should be knocking around, although I'll be doing this and that, so it's far too early to know what I'll be doing.
Of course, absolutely, that's fine. Now we'll keep in touch. So listeners, I'm afraid it's just going to be it's the summer season, so there won't be as many missions, but there may be some in the middle of January. So just have a listen in if you feel inclined. Yeah. So Yeah, I've got very limited what I can do in here now, but I can play 78s barefoot without any noise reduction and using a system that I haven't used much at all. Should give it a go. It'll work, but the records all sound a bit rawer. But for our 20s hit, I've got a recording here of the Savoy Orpheans in 1926-ish, I think, and they're a very slick band. They're sort of the top dance band in Britain in the 20s. They had the very big gig at the Savoy Hotel, and Carol Gibbons, of course, was the pianist and leader of the ensemble. So we'll hear it. It's Hong Kong Dream Girl, I think's the name of the track. So,
it sounds exotic.
Yeah, very exotic. This will have some nice character to it, I'm sure. Complete with the tam-tam at the end. There we go. And different fader now. Yes. To my ears, actually sounds a lot clearer. I quite like using playing without the noise reduction for my own ears. But I know that on air, when it goes through all of the compressors, it tends to make the scratches very, very present. So I don't know. How did that come across to you?
Brilliant to me.
It sounded good, did it?
Oh, really good. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's encouraging. Maybe it's just because I think most people would listen with a bit of frequency limitation, and maybe it's something that's just
Well, that's what I am. See, I'm not a discriminating listener in that sense. So.
Well, that's the thing, because of the nature of our receivers.
I was just really talking about the recording as a whole. It's light, nice bass, and sense of reverb even, and good.
Yeah, that's good. See, that's native. That's basically the barefoot, as they say.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
The impression was very good. The impression of it was of a later sounding recording.
Oh, that's encouraging. That's really good. Yeah, all right. Well, maybe it's not such an issue. I know that when I'm logging it, it comes up as a very, very messy. The log looks terrible.
Does it really?
But look, not that really should matter. I'll listen back on the YouTube later on and see what it sounds like there. But yeah, look, I think this will be quite satisfactory for a while. It just means that I can't use the SP10, I can't use the Bayer turntable. I can only use these two CE tables, or really one of them. The other one's not that serviceable at the moment.
I just realised I wasn't even using my widest filter, so
right.
that sort of made my report even less worthwhile.
That's all right.
No, but I mean in terms of assessing frequency response.
Well, can you do you want to widen? And I'll put.
I've just done it. I've just switched.
Oh, terrific. Okay. Well, I'll put the other side on now.
Yeah, good, excellent. Well, I'll give you a.
It's a track called Panama.
Yeah.
About 1926.
Well, this is very what we call it cosmopolitan.
Yeah. Yes.
But Chinese girls on one side, now we got it American.
Yes, that's exactly. It's so true. So true. Number of Americans in the group. They brought them out. So that's the way. Interesting. These records tend to always have a lot of extra noise, even if they're in perfect condition. The British pressings, they use a fairly rough sort of bisque of stamping the 78s, so there's a lot of frying pan noise, which is it's hard to deal with really. You can't do much about it. You can work a bit with stylus profiles and things. So this is a good test. This is but I my ears filter it out. I just don't even hear the noise.
Yeah.
But other people say, "Gosh, that sounds scratchy," and I think, "Oh, really?"
I filter it out, but I need a little bit of time with it.
Yeah.
Sort of just the head filter to switch in.
Yeah, I understand. Totally, I do. Yeah. All right, we'll play the other side. We'll hear Panama. This is an HMV, British pressing from about 1926. All right, wrong fader. I've got to get used to using this fader now. there we go. Panama with the Savoy Orpheans. How did it go, Frank? What do you reckon?
Look, there's plenty of highs there, and there's also plenty of frying.
Yes, yes. It's pretty. That's as probably as that would be in the lower 20% of quality.
Yeah. But look, I was getting. I think I was getting. Recording information up to about the top of my filter, which is 6 kilohertz.
Yeah,
filter.
yeah. It's open right up. I don't roll these off at all.
No, well, it was, I found it quite good.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's pleased. It's good to know. See, what I usually do is I put it through this mixer that's just failed, and that gives me tone control, so I can sort of roll off the trebs a bit.
You do a bit of equalising.
I do a little bit of equalising just to sort of find a happy medium, and then it goes through the scratch filter as well, and then which usually takes a bit of edge off, takes a bit of presence off, and that's something I don't like.
Yeah.
And I try and compensate for it, and I just leave them right open. But the native preamp, the preamp that sort of the preamp that's in line with the tone arm, the first stage, so to speak, that is open right up. There's no roll off at all, right up to daylight. So yeah, that's fine. But which I prefer 78s. Work like that, and then you can use your ear to roll off, or you can just sort of do it yourself. I just find that muffle mission 78s just drive me insane.
Yeah, I know. They're horrible.
I just want to hear the highs. Just sort of maybe we just continue with something a bit different. I was going through Jamie's pile, and there's stacks of recordings here of Zara Leander. Now, she was Swiss. She was a movie star, bit of a controversial figure. I'm just reading about her here. I'll read it out, see what you think. I'm happy to play these, but some people might find them We'll wait and see what you think. Zara Leander was a Swedish singer and actress whose greatest success was in Germany between 1936 and 1943, when she was contracted to work for the state-owned Universum Film AG, UFA. And although no exact record sales numbers exist, she was probably amongst Europe's best-selling recording artists in the year prior to 1945. Her involvement with UFA films caused her films and lyrics to be identified as Nazi propaganda. Although she had taken no public position and was dubbed an enemy of Germany by Joseph Goebbels.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing.
It is a good thing, but despite that, she remained a controversial figure for the rest of her life. She was known for a confident style and her deep contralto voice, and was also known as a female baritone. Well, I like hearing female baritones. So, and I'll just go on to the controversy. There's a lot about her films. She made many, many films. But yes, a lot of films were sort of Nazi propaganda films. So it's sort of... where do you stand? Yes, anyhow, it says here, Leander was often questioned about her years in Nazi Germany, and although she would willingly talk about her past, she strongly rejected allegations of having had sympathy for the Nazi regime. She claimed that her position as a German film actress merely had been that of an entertainer working to please an enthusiastic audience in a difficult time.
Okay.
On the other hand, in an interview recorded shortly before her death in 1996, the senior Soviet intelligence officer Pavel Sudoplatov claimed that Leander had in fact been a Soviet agent with the code name Stingrose, recruited by the Soviet Union before the outbreak of the war. She was said to have refused payment for her work because she was a secret member of the Swedish Communist Party and therefore conducted the work for political reasons. What an unusual character.
What a conflict.
What a conflict. What a complicated scenario. Well, I think and we shouldn't sort of make judgments about artists anyhow, but it's helpful to give people a bit of background that may or may not give people at least a resting position on the issue.
I kind of think it doesn't matter anymore.
No, you're right. I think you're right. I think that's a helpful way to look at it. Yeah, all right. Well, lots of recordings of her. They're all in German, so I'll play a couple, see what you think. They're on parlophones. They're in nice condition, so they should reproduce well, and we should get a really lovely quality without the having all of the intervening stages. Yeah, so it should sound good. Here we go. Right fader.
Sieh dich an, schöne Frau, fordert ein Gebot, immer neu, immer à la mode. Sieh dich an, schöne Frau, gut, sie macht sich schön, und speziell, wenn sie weiß, für wen. Eine Frau von heut sieht ein schönes Kleid immer gerne an, doch grad so gerne zieht sie's aus. Denn das schönste Kleid zu gegebener Zeit wirkt es überflüssig oft, und das sieht sie voraus. Ja, jede kluge Frau fühlt es ganz genau. Noch ein schwacher Augenblick und dann ist es so weit. Und in dem Moment, den das Herz ihr nennt, kommt das allerschönste Kleid allmählich in Vergessenheit. Zieh dich aus, schöne Frau, heißt es abends spät. Es ist Zeit, dass man schlafen geht. Zieh dich aus, schöne Frau, nachts bei Lampenschein. Wann und wie, das weißt du allein. Nur die Frau von heut kennt ihr eigenes Kleid, drum zieht sie's am besten ohne fremde Hilfe aus. Sie allein weiß das Mysterium, schließt es vorne, hinten oder schlüpft man nur hinaus. Ja, selbst der klügste Mann steht verzweifelt dann vor dem großen Rätsel, das sich nennt modernes Kleid. Ja, in dem Moment, den das Herz euch nennt, kommt das allerschönste Kleid allmählich in
So Zara Leander there. That's a beautiful song. I love that.
Yes, she's got a lovely voice.
She does. Got a really warm.
And lovely.
Yeah.
Nice sort of vibrato, fast vibrato.
Yes, she does. It's good.
Vk3sl.
Yeah, it's not.
Piaf,
Yeah, that's right. It's very much in that tradition, that Middle European, tradition, Piaf-esque.
I like it.
I do too. It's got a gentleness about it, and
And she's got a gentleness too. I imagine it to be big, gruff, sort of female Louis Armstrong. But
yeah.
nothing like that.
Nothing like that at all. No. Here's another one. It's called Kino Star. So I imagine movie star, something like that, perhaps.
Yep.
Yeah. And so more Zara Leander. There's quite a few of these. They're Parlophone records. Someone must have had a strong interest in her music, which is nice to find a little aggregation.
Ein Star, ein großer Star mit allen Launen, so heißt das Urteil, meine Herren, ist das nicht wahr? Das ist ein Irrtum, meine Herren, wozu das Staunen? Was hab ich schon so viel davon, dass ich ein Star, ein Kinostar der Sehnsucht tausender Mädchen, Kinostar, Idol der heutigen Zeit, Meter hoch verkünden die kleinsten Städtchen, deinen Ruhm, dein eine Schönheit, eine Unvergleichbarkeit. Kinostar, du Abgott des Jahrhunderts, jeder wünscht an deiner Stelle zu sein. Doch das grelle Scheinwerferlicht verwirrt der Welt mein wahres Gesicht. Im Grunde meines Herzens bin ich allein. Ich will nicht mehr spielen, ich habe es endlich satt. Ich will mich nicht schminken mehr, will mich nicht länger maskieren. Ich will nicht vor Lampen mit 500.000 Watt mein letztes Geheimnis verlieren. Ich will nichts mehr hören von Sexappeal von der Pracht der Beine und meines Gesichts. Ihr habt ja aus mir eine Puppe gemacht. Ich will eine Frau sein, sonst nicht. Kinostar, so Sehnsucht tausender Mädchen, Kinostar, Idol der heutigen Zeit. Meterhoch verkünden die kleinsten Städtchen deinen Ruhm, deine Schönheit, deine Unvergleichbarkeit. Kinostar, du Abgott des Jahrhunderts, jeder wünscht an deiner Stelle zu sein. Doch das grelle Scheinwerferlicht verwirrt der Welt mein wahres Gesicht. Im Grunde meines Herzens bin ich allein.
Kinostar, du Abgott des Jahrhunderts, jeder wünscht an deiner Stelle zu sein.
Doch das grelle Scheinwerferlicht verwirrt der Welt mein wahres Gesicht. Im Grunde meines Herzens bin ich allein.
Okay, a track called Kinostar featuring Miss Zara Leander, and who was a big star in the Austrian German cinema in the 1930s and made lots of records and was well regarded in the times. Got a few of her records here. And, yeah, I enjoy the sort of cabaret vibe and
Very
the
cabaret, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and
Nice.
yeah, this one from a film called Premiere, and I just looked it up. It was a film that came out in 1937. It's an Austrian film. It's a crime film, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I can give you the
With the
rundown.
music in it.
Yeah, an Austrian musical crime film. Oh, Geza von
That's ahead of
Bovary.
its time.
Yeah, the film, it says here, is about the murder of a wealthy backer of a Viennese musical revue on the first night of the show. It was Leander's first German language role. The German word for premiere is Aufführung something or other. I'm not going to try and say that.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's her native language?
Swiss.
Swiss.
Mm.
Well, yeah, but Swiss is not a... I wonder if it was French or...
Oh, yes, she might have been French. I wonder. French Swiss. That's a good point, actually. I wonder. I can look that up. All right, well, have a listen to this one. Ich habe wirklich noch nie geliebt. Geliebt is love or something, isn't it? Or
Not so sure.
So, yeah. Vielleicht is perhaps...
German is not
Oh,
very-
yeah, I my school person, German.
So
is-
non-existent would be closer to the...
Yeah, well, it is for me. All right, well, we'll play it anyhow. It's from the film Premiere, I can tell you that much. So
Very good.
we can imagine that there may be something of the subject.
Yeah.
Vielleicht noch nie geliebt. Alles war nur Flirt, nur Scherz. Ich war noch nie zuvor betrübt. Nie war voller Glück mein Herz. Und was fängt man am Ende mit dem Herzen an, wenn es keinen gibt, dem man es schenken kann? Ich hab vielleicht noch nie geliebt, weiß nur, dass es schön sein kann. Oft schon glaub ich, jetzt ist die große Liebe da. Und ich schloss dann schnell die Augen zu. Als ich aber später wieder in das Leben sah, dann verflog der schöne Traum im Nu. Ich hab vielleicht noch nie geliebt. Alles war nur flott, nur Scherz. Ich war noch nie zu Tod betrübt, nie war voller Glück mein Herz. Und was fängt man am Ende mit dem Herzen an, wenn es keinen gibt, dem man es schenken kann? Ich hab vielleicht noch nie geliebt, weiß nur, dass es schön sein kann.
Yay, here we have it. It's our controller for the day.
Hello, Rich.
Yes. Sorry, Ed. I love her
Hello,
voice.
Rich.
That's beautiful. It's
Lovely. She sounds mysterious in the
Yeah.
lower, Rich. She reminded me of Marlene Dietrich.
Yes, I agree. She does. Yeah, she's got that sort of that wondrous sort of almost gravelly voice.
But it's not.
It's not.
Charming.
It's very charming.
It's alluring.
It is alluring. I agree. It's marvellous. I love it. Oh, we should play one more. There's lots of them here. There's stacks of them here. Here, this one's got an English translation, so that makes it easier. It's don't say goodbye, say au revoir. So,
Yeah, French.
yeah, so that's with Eugene Wolf's orchestra, and it says sung in German on the label. So, yeah, I don't think this is from any
Didn't know.
as if you couldn't tell. Yes, exactly. All right, we'll hear some more of this Leander.
Bitte verzeih mir, wenn es schon spät ist, doch ich ruf dich an, weil ich es gar nicht glauben kann, was du mir schreibst. Soll alles aus sein? Ist der Brief ein letztes Wort? Du schreibst mir wörtlich hier, heut willst du fort. Sag mir nicht adieu, sag nur auf Wiedersehen, denn du kannst ja nicht von mir für immer gehen. Einmal kommt vielleicht ein Tag, ein Augenblick, da führt dich der Weg in meinen Arm zurück. Sag mir nicht adieu, sag nur auf Wiedersehen, denn von heut auf morgen kann so viel geschehen. Mach den Abschied kurz, du musst ja gehen. Sag nur nicht adieu, sag Wiedersehen. Willst du dir's doch nicht noch überlegen? Denn es ist noch Zeit. Man macht im Leben manchen Schritt, den man bereut. Doch wenn du gehen willst, ich halte dich nicht hier. denn du kommst einmal doch wieder zu mir. Sag mir nicht adieu, sag nur auf Wiedersehen, denn du kannst ja nicht von mir für immer gehen. Einmal kommt vielleicht ein Tag, ein Augenblick, da führt dich der Weg in meinen Arm zurück. Sag mir nicht adieu, sag nur auf Wiedersehen, denn von heute auf morgen kann so viel geschehen. Mach den Abschied kurz, du musst ja gehen. Sag mir nicht adieu. Auf Wiedersehen.
Oh, the more I listen to her, Frank, the more I like her voice. It's really infectious. She's intimate. It's a bit
Jewel
of
Grace on you.
it
I
does.
like her a lot.
Yeah, I love the pillow talk at the start. That Sprechstimme.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very close and personal there.
So why not?
Yeah, totally. Oh, I love it. This is good stuff. Zara Leander. And, I want to hear more. What's the other side? Schlaf mein Geliebter. There's so many of them. There's about 10 of them here. Well, I'll play this the other side, then we'll move on. But,
Okay.
yeah, it's good fun. All right, this says lead. So, song, I don't know if it's cabaret, what it is really. I can't even preview them anymore, but that all makes it more exciting.
Schlafe, mein Geliebter, schließ die Augen zu. Alles, was ich hab auf Erden, das bist du. Auch in deinen Träumen bist du nie allein, denn auf allen deinen Wegen will ich bei dir sein, will ich immer bei dir Schlafe, mein Geliebter, alles ruht im Haus. Ruh auch du dich von des Tages Sorgen aus. Deiner Hände Arbeit gab uns Dach und Brot, will zum Dank dich treu bewachen bis zum Morgenrot, bis zum frühen Schlafe, mein Geliebter, schlafe ruhig ein, bis der junge Tag dich weckt mit Sonnenschein. Wenn du beim Erwachen mich dann lächelnd hörst, werde ich vor Freude weinen, weil du glücklich bist, weil du mit mir glücklich bist.
beautiful. There we go. I'm impressed. I really enjoyed that.
Me too.
Yeah, nice to hear. She's a very sensitive artist. There's a lot of humility there and beautiful low regs. You don't hear that often, do you?
It's special. Low reg. When she gets into that low reg,
No.
there's mystery there, Steve.
There is, Frank. You're spot on. There certainly is. It's good. Oh, it's good for the soul. Needed to hear that. All right. Well, we'll play the others. I'll keep them at hand, and we'll play some more for a future program. Yeah. There's also in the same batch, in the same pile, there are recordings of the Rogers Gasangs duet, and I just looked them up, and as soon as I looked them up, I got Kenny Rogers, and I thought, no, it's not Kenny Rogers. It's a German Schlager duo from the 40s, 50s. Karl Goldgowski and Rudi Stemmler were the two artists, and I think they sing, and they looks like there may be an accordion involved. Yeah. Anyhow, we'll find out. Yeah, so it's a Walzer Lied. I won't try and pronounce it because this sounds bad, but yeah, it's from that late post-war. It's a post-war recording for sure, but could be fun. So here we go. Sample City.
Feuerwehr! Feuerwehr! Was ist denn geschehen? Feuerwehr! Feuerwehr! Keiner hat's gesehen. Irgendwo ist was passiert. Wir hörten einen Knall. Und alle Menschen fragen sich in diesem Fall: Was ist denn nun kaputt? Wer hat daran gedreht? Da war doch wieder einer bei, der nichts davon versteht. Was ist denn nun kaputt? Wer hat daran gedreht? Da war doch wieder einer bei, der nichts davon versteht. Telefon! Telefon! Wer ruft jetzt wohl an? Telefon! Telefon! Liebling, bist du dran? Ja, bin ich dran. Ach, du lieber Gott. Ich werde schwach und blass. Die Steuern sind hinaufgeschraubt. Wieso denn das? Was ist denn nun kaputt? Wer hat daran gedreht? Da war doch wieder einer bei, der nichts davon versteht. Was ist denn nun kaputt? Wer hat daran gedreht? Da war doch wieder einer bei, der nichts davon versteht. Was ist denn nun kaputt? Wer hat daran gedreht? Da war doch wieder einer bei, der nichts davon versteht.
I was hoping for another chorus.
Oh no, you only get a certain number. That was terrific.
Yeah.
Coming to you from a beer hall near you.
Yeah. It's
And a thigh slapping with the
yes,
Lederhosen.
they were exactly the Lederhosen. They were giving it the full whack, weren't they?
Totally.
Yeah, and you can
I
see
loved
them.
it.
You can see them with their jugs of beer lapping over the top of the glasses.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Straight from Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest with their braces and their yes. Oh, you conjure up an image there. Marvelous stuff. Or we should play the other side.
Oh, please.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's play the other side. It's the only one I've got of this mob. And Kleiner Fisher, it says, I don't know. Could be anything. It's a foxtrot, I can tell you that much. And instrumental something.
Well, we'll refill our glasses.
Yes, we will. I'm going to do that right away because I think we need to celebrate the moment.
Was der Hain auf allen Meeren so erlebt, wenn sein Schiff im Sturme zittert und erbebt,
Das fragt jeder, doch der Hein, der sagt, was macht's? Wenn es blitzt und wenn es wettert, na dann kracht's. Kleine Fische, ja um sowas macht der Hein doch kein Geschrei. Kleine Fische, wenn es hinhaut, ist der Hein bestimmt dabei. Und pfeift der Sturm auch mal von dort und ist der Teufel los und geht schon alles über Bord, dann ist der Hein ganz groß. Kleine Fische, na um sowas macht der Hein doch kein Geschrei. Kleine Fische, eine Krabbe ist doch lange noch kein Hai. Vor dem Nordkap hatte Hein mal keine Sicht, denn der Nebel, der dort herrschte, war zu dicht. Plötzlich, bums, da trieb's ihn steil hinauf aufs Kap. Gleich dahinter rutschte Hein dann wieder ab. Kleine Fische, ja um sowas macht der Hein doch kein Geschrei. Kleine Fische, wenn es hinhaut, ist der Hein bestimmt dabei. Und pfeift der Sturm auch mal von dort und ist der Teufel los und geht schon alles über Bord, dann ist der Hein ganz groß. Kleine Fische, na um sowas macht der Hein doch kein Geschrei. Kleine Fische, eine Krabbe ist doch lange noch kein Hai.
Well, that hit the Oktoberfest spot if nothing else did. That's marvellous stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure is.
Yay, they're having a rollicking time, spilling beer everywhere and with their Tyrolean hats.
Totally in character, isn't it?
It is. It just exemplifies the whole sort of thing, doesn't it? It's really
wonderful. I'd like to witness it, actually.
Yeah, it'd be a great atmosphere. It'd be
think
just
so.
good. Yeah, they'd be all moving together. They're very visceral. They move and they dance around.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. Oh, that's marvellous stuff. Well, that's a good way to sort of wrap up that little segment. In fact, there's actually one more. I want to play this one because I have no idea what it is. It looks like it's 30s. It's the Ligo label and Rigas, Rigas.
Yeah.
Very colourful, very almost an Oriental sort of label, and I think it's from Latvia. But I cannot.
Riga, of course, is the capital of
Yes,
somewhere.
of Latvia, isn't it?
Yeah, of Latvia.
Yeah, I think so, yes. So this is a Latvian record by all accounts. I can't read anything at all on the label except for that sort of guess. Because some of it's in Cyrillic script. Yes, the subtext of the tune is of the song name is in Russian, and but I can't even. It looks like it could be. It's like I wouldn't even dare try and read any of these words. So look, we'll play this. It could be interesting. I have no idea what it's about, and I can tell you I can spell it out. I can give you it's Gyvataras is the tune's name. So whatever that means. So yeah, let's give it a whirl, and it looks interesting, exotic, and historic. Wow, how about that? Lots of reverb, and I'm trying to work out what the instruments
Oh,
are.
right, the high frequency one.
Yes, interesting
Sort of
stuff.
piccolo-y sort of thing.
Yes, I wonder if they're conventional instruments, or whether it's something that's sort of hybrid, sort of culturally specific instruments. I wonder.
Yeah, no, I never. It sounded good.
It sounded very authentic, didn't it? Sort of had.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I should play the other side because this record will go back into the box and
Right.
get forgotten about for another while. Just so, and see if I can deduce anything else from this. I mean, high pitched clarinets. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like conventional Western instruments at all.
Doesn't at all.
Very interesting. Okay, it warrants investigation. I'd like to learn more about what's going on here. But anyhow, it's quite old. It's a beautiful label. I've never said anything like this before. Okay, interesting. Double reed instrument of some kind at the forefront there.
Yeah.
And, evidently an authentic Latvian style of music and folk origins. I did a quick check. I looked up online for Latvian traditional instruments, and of course, Google these days gives you an AI overview, which is quite interesting actually.
Yeah.
So it says here the AI overview says that the cockle, which is a national instrument of Latvia, that the cockle is a plucked string instrument with a hollow trapezoidal body and an ornated wooden soundboard. It is similar to the zither and is a part of the Baltic psaltery family. So interesting. Sitar is another one, a chord zither or dulcimer that became a prominent instrument in Latvian folk music in the mid-19th century. It is particularly important in rural ensembles in the eastern part of the country. I think there were dulcimer-type instruments in the background there, for sure.
I think so.
Chimbole is a trapezoid-shaped instrument played with the two wooden mallets. It's similar to the zithara and most common in the southeastern part.
Related to the cembalo.
Yeah, I think it is. Interesting. And then it mentions the accordion and the violin.
Yeah.
And the button accordion. But look, what I'm intrigued by is the sort of the instrument at the forefront. Yeah, it sounded like a double reed instrument to me.
Very possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting stuff. So I'll put that record aside, and not that I have any Latvian friends, but there may be, it may be someone who understands the origins of Latvian folk music who can sort of draw make some connections there. Yeah, it's exciting. I really enjoy having these wonder boxes of potpourri of unusual records without any easy identifiers.
Never know what's coming up.
You don't know. It's all good. So thanks to Jamie for just bestowing upon us all these amazing records. They're fabulous.
Must give him a call.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm going to send him a Christmas greeting in the next few
Make a
days.
point of doing it Monday.
Yeah. Well, look, before winding, I just thought I'd play, well, I'll play a couple of things, actually. Just acknowledging Clive Robertson.
Now look, yes.
Yeah, and look, Dave's got the most. I looked up at what's getting the big hits, and Dave's site, Dave's Clive Robertson upload from 2BL is getting mega hits at the moment. So you'll get a bit of kudos from that.
Good.
But yeah, it's great. I mean, it's amazing footage he's got, and I'll it's a little bit of a doco, but it's really worth playing, and it goes about 15. So I'll play that at the end. And but
my small Clive Robertson story.
Yes, please tell us.
I used to hold on.
Yeah, sure.
This is vk3sl. In contact with vk3sl. In one of my lives, I had a job working for the Australian Communications Authority, or ACMA as it now is.
Yes.
And in the consumer protection area, and I had to, from time to time, issue press releases or media releases.
Yes.
And when that happened, I was open to being contacted by the media who would call me and get me to have talkback, or not so much talkback, but at least interviews with them.
Okay, wow.
And I never knew really what was... I mean, they were supposed to limit their questions to the subject of the media release.
Yeah.
And sure enough, eventually I had a call from somebody who said, Clive Robertson wants to talk to you.
Oh, right. Okay. Stand on by.
I know. He was doing ABC Breakfast at this time.
Oh, really?
And I was a bit... I felt I didn't really want to be doing it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what he's going to do.
You don't know what he's going to do. He's completely...
And he does not spare anyone.
No.
He can be very, sardonic, very, very sarcastic.
Yes, he can.
Often was.
Yeah. Well, very often was.
That's right. More often than not.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, we got on, and he introduced me, and he said, look, I'm not going to talk to you about this media release. That's just rubbish. He said, I'm not interested in that. I want to ask you some other questions.
Oh, right. Okay.
I thought, what do I say? It's very difficult because
Yes.
If you say, well, I just talk about all I want to talk about is the media release, you come over as being one of those nothing public servants.
Exactly. He sort of pigeonholes you by default.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So
we struggled through it. I think I did as well as could be expected. I never had any repercussions anyway.
Yeah. So
they asked me all sorts of questions about the telephone system regulation. And
oh, really?
It was only for about 3 minutes.
He didn't try and push personal questions onto you and that sort of thing?
No. It was to do with this. But they were very incisive questions.
Yes.
As you would imagine.
Yes, I can appreciate that.
I tried to, answer him honestly.
Of course.
In the same way, but an interview I'll never forget.
I bet. Did anyone record it?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
It'll be on log tape, or would have been.
It would be on log tape somewhere. Oh goodness, it sounds absolutely terrifying, to be honest.
It was terrifying.
I can only imagine.
Anyone but Clive Robertson.
Yeah, everyone Clive Robertson, because he's just such a maverick and he's just all over the place.
The difference between him and the shock jocks is that he's about 4 times more intelligent.
Exactly.
And knows his subject matter.
Yeah, and you can tell he's about 3 streets ahead of anyone he's speaking to.
be all right.
and it's.
And let them know.
I don't think with you, by the way, but
No, that's fine.
but I think that when you look, have a listen to this. This is just so it's almost uncomfortable. I just found this afternoon. It goes for only a couple of minutes, but he's this is from his TV days.
Yeah.
But he basically just demolishes everyone. It's just
It's a sport almost.
it is like a sport. It's like a game. But check this out. It goes for just a couple.
Hello. I'm not going to eat my lunch during the program, as people hate it when you eat on air, which is why I try to do it. Hey now, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Is that all you got to say after all these years in the business? Your best ad-lib is, how are you?
Well, I just
Well, try it again. Hello, Ina. How are you?
Is that all you've got to say after
How many? 17 years.
17 years in the business?
Yes.
I've beaten you by one.
Have you? Right, but you started when you retired.
Well, I haven't done too bad.
Give your smile, please. People haven't seen you smile recently.
I'm not going to.
Yes, you are. Go on. Little smile. Look at that. Lovely. Lift and separate. Miss Wells, you're looking terrific today. Are we keeping you from something important?
Oh, well, I couldn't stay away.
don't
actually.
stand up.
No, I won't. I can't stand up. Things will fall out that are strategically placed at this moment. Hello, everyone.
And Willsie's dress has been approved by the Dairy Board. Here is Diana Fisher, who came in on a whirlwind trip as an air hostess.
That was a little while ago.
It was.
Yes, but I let
Single
them
prop
fly
Cessnas
me
they
in.
were, weren't they?
What was it?
Yes.
All cock and brown across the Atlantic? Yes.
No, well, only...
I was rather good at flapping my wings.
Still good at it now.
Still good at it now, yes. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Margaret,
Hello, Clive. Hello to
you've
you.
become rather human over the last 6 months, Margaret. I wonder what you put that down to. Obviously, your course in quick responses hasn't done too well either. Mrs. A.
If looks could kill, Margaret Throsby gave him this look of death, a ray of death, with that questioning at the end. Unbelievable.
When he said, what do you put that, I haven't seen you for 6 months, what do you put that down to?
Yeah.
I thought she might have said, good luck.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
She's very smart indeed herself.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, absolutely. She's still around?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Oh,
She's a great interviewer.
yeah. Oh, totally. I used to listen to all her interviews. I think they're amazing.
Trouble with Clive's interviews is they're all about Clive.
Oh, totally. He's a complete narcissist, totally self-obsessed. He's like Graham Kennedy on steroids.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They're a lot smarter than
Yeah.
well, I mean, far better read. And
Totally.
He was pretty smart.
Yeah. I think Robbo would have been a very lonely individual.
I think he was.
I don't think he would have had many friends. I think he just would have. He just is restless, just so restless, and it just came out by playing games with everyone.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he was able to settle and feel comfortable in anyone's presence because
That's right.
he just had to play the game.
I heard that he was a radio amateur.
Yeah, I thought that you mentioned that. That's fascinating. I wonder how.
Dave would probably know.
Yeah, I'll have to check in with him about that.
It could be apocryphal, but I have definitely been
Yeah,
told that.
wouldn't surprise me at all.
He certainly was into shortwave radio. I knew about shortwave radio.
Right. Okay. Yeah. He's certainly into trains.
Yes.
I think he was almost like a bit of a savant.
Yes, almost, I think.
I think he's sort of in that sort of thinking. He's just
He claimed to have an overly sensitive nose.
Yes.
I remember one day he took to Marion Arnold for wearing too much perfume.
Oh, really? Oh, golly. I can only imagine. Well, Dave had enormous admiration for him. I think he worked with him. I think he had close association with him.
I do too.
And,
part of me does.
Yeah.
But he's not a rounded human being.
No, No,
Never.
no.
And I don't really subscribe to setting out to embarrass people.
Oh, totally. And just and often it's verging on nasty, to be honest.
Yeah.
I played
It
some.
was pretty nasty, a lot of it. It had an edge to it, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it had an edge, and it's sort of, I don't know. He probably would have made a very good barrister.
Would have. He totally would have. Yeah.
Yeah, but interesting. He hasn't been in the public sphere for a very long time, so he's obviously maybe he'd been ill for quite a while.
Wonder what he has been doing.
Yeah, I don't know. He was married to Penny Cook, I remember, a while ago. Yeah,
God,
Australia.
imagine be married to him.
Yeah, I know, it's impossible. Anyhow, I'll wind up with this now. This goes for about 15, 20
I
minutes.
look forward to this.
It's really interesting. He absolutely demolishes poor Caroline Jones. She does. Well, look, she does.
She's a thoroughly nice.
I know. She does really well. She does really, really well. She holds her own. She maintains her dignity. And my God, talk about... framing her, and Kate just said this is the most misogynist thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
and
he was total misogynist.
Yeah, and it's very much the case. He is what he is. But anyhow, it's clever. It's a little sort of doco, I suppose it is, on 2BL in 1979.
Right.
So I'll play it now, and it works really well. And you'll get people, if anyone doesn't know Robbo, I think most people will. But I think it sort of sums up his.
He had a good knowledge
character.
of classical music too, I think.
Yeah, I think he did. I think so. Yeah.
Certainly like music.
Yeah, he's a really good photographer because they talk about this here, and they actually show his photography, and it's outstanding.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Look,
really.
I'll let you get on.
Really outstanding. It's amazing. So look, I'll play this as our final, and I'll probably catch up with you. I'll probably give you a ring, Frank, in the next. Probably tomorrow sometime, if that's all right. And
Fine, Steve,
just to chat about the other subject.
I'll be leaving home probably 3:30.
Okay, sure. Yeah, before then. And so Frank won't be with us tomorrow, folks. But I might do something tomorrow afternoon. I'll be here, so that'll be our last for the season, really. Maybe something on Christmas Day, but it won't be an active program. It'll be just playing some carols and such. And I would have sincere thanks for hanging in there with us and being a part of the...
Indeed. Listener, big thanks. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and
absolutely.
Happy Easter and everything.
Absolutely, yes, on and on.
And have fun and lots of good things.
Yes.
Too much to eat, too much to drink.
Yes, all of that. You have to. It's obligatory.
Love each other.
Yes, definitely.
You know, Christmas was a terrible time to be working in family law.
I bet it was.
And I did it several times.
Oh, I can only imagine.
It was shocking.
I can imagine. It would be shocking. It'd be terrible. And it'd be such a conflict because you've got your own nuclear family and the specialness of all of that, and then you're seeing the most terrible things playing out in other spheres.
We had a roster system in the public solicitor's office.
Did you?
We worked between... We took it in turns for there to be one solicitor there.
Yeah.
Between Christmas and New Year.
Right.
And with an assistant, a secretary.
Oh, goodness me. It would have been intense.
It was terrible. Some of the things I had to do.
Oh.
The kids being not returned from access.
Oh, things like that.
Efforts being made to spirit them overseas.
Yes. Oh, how dreadful.
Unbelievable.
Did you have to liaise much with the police? Were you...
Yeah, as best you could. The police didn't want to know. Unless you could say that there was a crime about to be committed.
Yeah, sure. Were you sort of obliged to, if you heard something like of domestic violence or if you heard stories of acrid stories, did you have to sort of report things? Or?
Yeah, insofar as I was trying to get them to help my clients who were getting bashed up.
Oh, it's terrible.
And they said, it's a domestic. We don't do...
Oh, God.
The law's been changed on that.
Has it? Has it really?
They have to now.
Yeah, totally. I only hope so. It's just, it just makes your blood cool. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, thank you for sharing that, though. It is important. We do need to sort of think laterally about what does happen. Yeah.
The worst time of year for breakups.
Yes.
Relationships.
I can imagine. I can well imagine. And for people who have lost someone, anniversaries, all of that is something which can be so poignant and so deeply scarring and remembering things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, thank you for mentioning that, because it is really, really important. All right, well, we'll move on with our final for today, and we'll catch up with you soon. Enjoy the Messiah, Frank.
Certainly will.
Yeah, it's so life-affirming. It's such wonderful music, isn't it? And yeah, and we'll catch up. All right, so folks, here we go. This is a Clive Robertson doco in 1979, courtesy of Mr. Stew on his website. I'm vk3sl.
55, we have Clive Robertson, ABC Radio. This time, phenomenal to the microscope. You'll see him at work in the 2BL studios. You'll see one of his famous exchanges with Caroline Jones. You'll hear the opinions of his commercial competitors, Gary O'Callaghan, Bob Rogers, Ian McRae. Clive Robertson, unique, individual, perhaps eccentric. Tonight we go behind the button-down mind of Clive Robertson.
The last audience rating period for the year ends tomorrow, and to mark the occasion, take a look at one of the ABC great rating successes, Clive Robertson. Here's Kel Richards.
Every week, almost 500,000 Sydney-siders tune into the 2BL breakfast session with Clive Robertson. They are the people on the receiving end of the strange amalgam served up by the remarkable Robertson. For 2 years, I had a more intimate association. Twice each morning, I joined him to talk about AM and to parry wits, as it were. Over a great many breakfasts at the old Greasy Spoon Cafe, Clive and I have discussed his radio program often, and just exactly what it is he does that people so enjoy. And that is what this report is all about. 5 o'clock in the morning, and the city belongs to the stray dogs, the street sweepers, and the shift workers. The office cleaners are emptying waste paper baskets and sweeping corridors.
Good morning.
12 more miles from Kerry, I've been hurrying there to the gallant Mary with the yellowest hair.
That's the wrong one. Yes, isn't it funny? The stupid record has got the wrong track on it. I was meant to play Waltzing Matilda, and here it is. Terrific.
Once a jolly swag man stopped by a billy bar. Under the shade
12 of Sydney's 15 radio stations are already on the air, pouring their load of music and chat and caffeine-supported cheerfulness over the quiet grey city. In this desert of rock and roll and toothpaste commercials, there is an oasis. There is Robertson.
It's 12 minutes past 5. This is an album of Dinah Shore when she could sing. It sort of summarises Monday morning. Imagine waking up, your wife having had the umpteenth headache, and you're wondering what it's all about as you search for your little cache of Playboys, for your excitement for the day. And you open the window, and you've got a hangover. Imagine the feeling.
The 33-years-old former steam train coal shoveler, apprentice electrical fitter, and fondler of naked ladies. Clive Robertson is something of a cult figure, famous for his witty barbs aimed at such diverse targets as drivers of Valiants, boring singers, boy-thanoin disc jockeys, ABC executives, and people who wear safari suits.
Daddy, I never get enough of that wonderful stuff. Shoot like
Little selection here of about 30, and they expect us to find the right one. And there's no numbers. If they produced a encyclopedia upstairs, they wouldn't produce an index. I bet you it's the last one I come to. Well, of course, Reg, because once you'd come to it, you wouldn't keep looking, would you? No, Reg. The forecast has been brought in by Mr. Dunsmore, a well-known group of people frighteners. There are no warnings out. New South Wales, isolated thunderstorms in the northeast corner. Cloudy periods and a few showers on the coast, chiefly northwards. Dry inland, mild to warm and mostly sunny. West of the Divide, early fog patches inland. Light to moderate south to southeast winds. Sea slight on a low swell. Metropolitan forecast is a mild day with cloudy periods. Chance of a coastal shower. Light to moderate south to southeast winds. Sea slight, a low swell. Yes, 21 degrees for Sydney. And Liverpool 23 in brief cloudy periods, which seems to indicate perspiration. Or glowing, I think, is what women do. The twilights.
What's wrong with the way I live, the way I use my time?
As Sydney's alarm clocks attack the nerves of the city's sleepers, Robertson rumbles on, sounding very much the way people feel as they fall out of bed and stumble off to work. A stark contrast to the chirpy, cheerful chatter of his commercial competitors. Producer Tony Twiss makes coffee and cornflakes, while Robertson composes a verbal fantasia based on the imagined private lives of anyone within earshot.
Oh, it's finished. What's wrong with the way I live? Nothing actually wrong with the way I live, except I'm losing my hearing. It's true what they say. I've got to learn to fly once, but it's very expensive to learn to fly. I'd like to fly over Reef Beach. It's so crowded, the airways just above that. Helicopters, things like that. Have a good look. You could dive bomb them with underwear, couldn't you? Would have frightened the pants off them. I don't think that was quite correct, actually. 7:03. It's Lost in Love.
And it don't count for much, but I'm not letting go. I believe there's so much to believe. So lift your eyes if you feel you can. Reach for a star and I'll show you a plan. I figured it out, what I needed was someone to show me.
In 1,000 cruising Kingswoods, disgruntled morning motorists tune in to a Clive Robertson who is no more gruntled than they are. The records are mere interruptions in a rambling flow of patter that is as existential as Jean-Paul Sartre, only funnier. The morning ticks on. The adrenaline slowly pumps into the city's arteries.
Lost in Love, Air Supply. Group of blokes. A little bit worrying occasionally. That sort of falsetto, but still. One day it might. It's 7:18.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
Clive Robertson is joined by Caroline Jones for a daily joust that mirrors the actual breakfast table tensions in many listening households.
No.
Sounds a bit tired, really.
Yes, he's had a few problems with the pacemaker.
We were talking this morning about the possibility of another truckies strike. You possibly remember what happened on
Beauty
Razorback
Butler.
Mountain several
John
months
Laws,
ago.
where are you?
No, I think it has anything to
Fly
do
down
with
and
him.
solve the problem.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with him this time. No.
Didn't last time, I don't think.
Then we'll meet Dr. Graham Webb. Stumbled upon a new type of crocodile.
Isn't he at Channel 7 anymore?
No, he's in Arnhem Land, and he's a herpetologist, for which I understand there is a cure. I think so.
Oh, sorry, I beat you there.
But he... You always do, don't you?
Yes, doesn't
He went looking for something else.
Yes.
On an expedition, do you see?
Yes.
And he found pygmy crocodiles.
What do you mean?
He found a new... Would it be a race or a breed of crocodile? A clutch of crocodiles, perhaps.
Yes.
A bag of crocodiles.
A very delicate clutch of them.
Anyhow, he found them. He stumbled upon them. Pygmy crocodiles, which no one knew existed.
How big are these?
Are you enjoying your coffee?
It's a bit off this morning. I think Tony's put too much bromide in.
You understand, don't you, that people can hear on the air if you're eating or drinking?
Can they?
Mm-hmm.
This is terrific. This is a whole new phase of my relationship with my listener. How big are these, he said, asking, how big are these little crocodiles?
It just seems better for me to refer you to the broadcasting regulations than someone in the hierarchy.
I heard your program yesterday.
They have more clout.
And I rang him with a question and he didn't use it.
Page 52, paragraph 2,
I'm talking
3B1.
How are you, Reg? How's the... Not bad. It's settling in, eh? Getting to know the lads. A few problems here, a few of them there. Just watch out for them. Yes, don't wear anything too flashy. Keep the trousers loose. You finished?
And we have an early close today for Parliament at 10:28. Look, in Camera Craft, the current edition, October 1979, there are the most magnificent photographs taken by you.
That's
I
funny.
had no idea. You're a brilliant
That's
photographer.
funny. I was in the September issue as well.
Well, you're in the October one here.
Does it say October?
Clive, seriously, just for once, they are magnificent.
Are they?
Mm.
Yes. It's amazing how the soft comes through so well in that photograph on page 3.
That must have been a September issue, just a minute.
You like the way I said that a lot of blokes are like that?
Oh, it's Stephen talking about soft now. Oh, I like it when he talks dirty.
Now, there's one of Clothes Pegs, and there's a beautiful one of a ferry on Sydney Harbour.
South Stane. That's the best picture of the South Stane ever taken.
Glorious.
It's amazing. It's copyright, too.
There's the mist on the bridge
Mist
behind.
on the bridge behind.
Lovely.
It's gorgeous.
What about the old man sitting at his...
Sitting at the table. I don't know what you're talking about, you know.
Oh, well, other people will if they read camera craft. Beautiful. Did you
How
ever
big
think
are
of
these little?
taking
How
up
big are these?
photography
How
as
big are
an
these little
occupation? He didn't
crocodiles?
apparently,
How
no,
big
but
are
perhaps
these?
it would have been a good idea because you seem to have perhaps even more competence as a photographer than you do as a broadcaster. Not the one would wish to cast any aspersions.
Oh. Well, my I've finished this program.
Shall I give you the time?
You never have you?
27
You keep
and a half
threatening it and
past.
nothing happens. You just, your lips say yes, but your eyes say no.
27 and a half past.
Okay, right, good. Would you like to introduce this song from Anne Murray?
I'd love to if I had any idea what it was.
Good. Right. See you later. 27 and a half past 7.
Bye now.
Ta-da. Wonderful.
Every night I sit here by my window.
Meanwhile, down the road, the disc jockeys who keep trucking out all those commercials have a high regard for the eccentric abilities of Mr. Robertson. For example, Gary O'Callaghan, who for 23 years has had breakfast every weekday morning with a couple of 100,000 2UE listeners and one talkative sparrow. He describes Clive Robertson in these terms.
A wit, cynical, and I guess probably the youngest eccentric I've ever met. He and Dick Smith, as far as I'm concerned, would be the great double in life.
They say that the idiosyncrasies of youth become the eccentricities of middle age. You think he's getting there early, do you?
No, I think he just started off on a high note. Maybe he's going to worse. He's a great character, though. He really is a character.
How do you rate Clive Robertson as a communicator?
A good communicator, and that can be borne out by the survey results.
A listener will at times dislike something he's discussing, and suddenly he'll throw a little switch and put a funny tag to it, which was the whole part of his dissertation anyway, and make you laugh. I think he's brilliant. I think he's bordering on a genius. And I think he's, because of that, personally, something of an eccentric and very difficult to know.
Bob Rogers has been in radio for 37 and a half years, for the past 6 of which he's been a fan of Robertson.
The first impression I had was like a breath of fresh air. It was so different, so brilliant. Not always brilliant, but mostly, at times, quite brilliant. And to use a hackneyed word of the industry, unpredictable. I don't like using the word because they use that for tonight shows. They always say the unpredictable. Like Walsh show, the unpredictable, what will happen next? It's predictable in actual fact. But Clive is, because you never really know what he's going to say next. I mean, you know,
For the past 10 years, Ian McRae has been the jokey breakfast comic on 2SM. Have you managed to catch any of Clive's work?
Yes, well, this is true. Probably a little bit coming in some mornings because Clive starts half an hour before me, so I can actually get quite a good deal of material from my show on the way into work. So it's going cheap, isn't it? Yes.
Okay, then you've heard a bit of Clive. What do you think of his work?
Oh, I mean, I can't. I'm not going to answer that. I mean, if I said here and now I thought it was really unprofessional and loose and really off,
that's right,
I would be pretty close. But no, not really. I think it's a refreshing approach.
So don't use a joke book.
I wish you could move into radio.
It seems to me that both of you are a lot more than just announcers. I mean, there are a lot of people with nice voices who tell the time and play records. So how do you define yourselves? Do you call would you define an announcer or a humorist or a comedian or what?
There's always been a discussion about what the hell we are. Announcer's very pompous, there's that word again. A personality is pretentious.
That's right.
A disc jockey is not what we are into really. I don't know. Someone said communicator. Even that sounds a bit heavy, doesn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But how do you define yourself? What you're doing?
I don't know. You know, I have no idea what I am at all. I'm substantially the same as what I was when I was 4, which mentally, in some respects, not very long ago. And I don't know. I have no self-image. I don't have a mirror to look at. I don't know.
A lady rang.
So, Clive Robertson himself doesn't know exactly what it is he does on the air, but clearly he is much more than a mere announcer. while to call him a disc jockey or a comedian sounds like an insult.
I lie about other things as well.
In fact, he is a humorist in the great tradition of such sceptical and witty commentators on the world as S.J. Perelman, Robert Benchley, Dorothy Parker, James Thurber, or Chesterton. It has been said that S.J. Perelman's humour was inspired by a fastidious disdain for the fake, the tawdry, the pompous. And the same can be said of Robertson.
I suppose I should put another record on, shouldn't I?
Humorists are people who never resort to merely composing jokes. They have the gift for looking at the familiar in an unfamiliar way, for seeing life in an undistorting mirror.
He's got such a brilliant conceptual mind. I think you made a distinction that he's not a comedian, he's a humorist. There's so much deeper than just that clever twist that he puts to something. It's the way he looks at so many situations.
Thank you. Still haven't got him house-trained.
And so, to the list of great Australian humorists, Lenny Lower, Alexander MacDonald, Ross Campbell, Ron Saw, Philip Adams and the rest must be added the name of Clive Robertson.
When ladies go out with Prince Charles, they have to call him Sir. I think that's terrific. To call him Sir, I mean, that would sort of cut across romance a bit, wouldn't it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, no, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Poor lad. I don't think he wants to get married. I mean, when you really think about it, royalty has been inbreeding for centuries. I mean, if a Hereford was inbred that much, you'd leave it in a paddock by itself, wouldn't you? All sorts of things appear. Who knows? Who knows? That's right. I'm not saying against royalty. I'm just simply saying that inbreeding does tend to breed all sorts of things, doesn't it? I think it really is time for me to go. It was hours ago, but there were certain problems due to money. That's why I had to stay. So I'll see you on Friday, which is payday.
I don't stay up late, got no place to go.
This is pretty pathetic, this tune.
I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you.
The Fabulous Connolly at 0745. Well, it was exciting, wasn't it? Isn't that really wonderful? Really wonderful.